Yes, next Wednesday. That's the due date that FINRA is supposed to supply the response to her complaint. So sometime between now and then, we should have that document drop. We'll see what kind of garbage pile that is. And if they don't, for some reason, submit a response, then she automatically wins, which would be cool. So, trip and fall on your face, FINRA lawyer. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And Chris Collins, thoughts on this whole Test J thing for warrants? It's interesting that these warrants are popping up. There was somebody else who had, I can't remember what brokerage they had. I was reading it on Twitter, having a conversation. But they had moved their MMTLP, their X-Bridge, into AST. And when they called to confirm AST was like, we didn't actually get shares from them. We got warrants. So, I don't know what's going on. It all seems just sketchy as heck. Just from Dax, can you explain the Test J theory I keep reading about? Supposedly it's a warrant test, possibly ahead of opening trading for MMTLP. I mean, people can speculate all they want on that. I honestly don't know if it is a test or not. I mean, if it is for MMTLP, the thresholds they seem to have on that test with such a huge bid-ask spread would suggest that it's for a volatile stock. We know that warrants are being used to sort of pretend like people have their shares. It seems to be very coincidental, but tests like that do happen. They do lots of testing, stress tests, you know, the ability of the market to handle this stuff. It does seem peculiar that they're testing one specifically within those ranges, and it happens to be a warrant. Beyond that, speculation, baby. I think we're on spin cycle, so if I start bouncing up and down, that's my laundry machine going bonkers. All right, Quantum Shore, Test J might just be a test. It might be related, i.e. they could use an anonymous ticker for trading to keep the trade price hidden from the public, but available between brokers. That is as prophetic as anything. I mean, if you're these brokers, your biggest fear, how much you're paying for this stuff. So they start asking more. But I do think there's a large enough contingent of owners of NextBridge who are going to say F you. And just, if it does trade, they're going to ask for a kingdom. And I don't blame them. I'm going to. But I don't think they want to. I don't think they want people to know exactly how much it's actually triggering for, just to keep them. Hopefully, maybe there's some doofuses out there that will sell at $12, right? You had the opportunity to sell at $12 beginning of December. Why would you sell for $12 now? I don't know. But there's people like, oh, I just want my money back, and they can, you know, whine and cry all they want and miss out on the good loving if it does trade. Train theory: if they have to cover on Acme, that may bankrupt hedge funds. To that, if there was a so-called Acme parent company, how would that be covered as it's heavily shorted? Well, there are shorts in that company that are legacies from when Acme was Torchlight. Remember, one Torchlight share became two Torchlight shares became one of Acme parent company. And there was 140 million, so I mean 70 million shares of Acme parent company are potentially shorted. Well, have shorts attached to them, whatever. So if you got to close probably everything. My guess is you have to buy both in the end, right? Yeah. Oh crap, I missed the Quiet Quest super chat. I'm so sorry, Quiet Quest. How am I missing all these? Wouldn't open up trading be the easiest way to finish MMTLP? I'm guessing settlement and gray market wouldn't make sense because we were promised NextBridge. Yes. I mean, it would be the easiest way in general, but it would be so expensive. I think everyone's scared of doing that. That literally it's going to cost trillions because you might have a billion shares. A majority of those folks are going to ask for $1,000 or more a share, which is pushing you past $1 trillion in liability, which no one has the cash for, except for the Federal Reserve at this point, or draining everything that's in the reverse repo market every night. And that would send a shockwave through the market that I think would just be a cascading effect to all the other shorted shares. So they're going to try to avoid that as best they can and do it as cheaply and quietly as possible without letting everyone know just how much they screwed up. And Rosa's lawsuit is great because if she wins, it would force them to basically admit, hey, we screwed up. It's going to cost everyone a fortune. Sorry about that. Sorry, everyone's 401ks. They're going to be hurt for a while. That's kind of what we're looking at there. Did I miss anyone else's? Okay, sorry. Sorry for missing yours. Their Quiet Quest.